Good afternoon once again. This is Sam Rabin coming to you live. I'm the Community Outreach Director at the Farmville Area Habitat for Humanity. We are now at hour number 6, beginning hour number 6 of our all-day 12 hours of giving event that we are doing to celebrate today, which is Giving Tuesday. We've already been, we will continue to be all over the community, hearing stories and sharing with others about Habitat, talking with homeowners, board members, volunteers, staff, the Restore. If you've been with us so far today, you've already heard some great stories today of how we're working in Charlotte County, what we're doing here in Prince Edward. We'll be talking with some of our other counties later in today. So where are we at now? Well, we are back at the Restore. We've been here once today when we did a little tour of the Restore, but we're going to settle in for a few moments in the sofa section here at the Restore, and I must say it's pretty comfortable where I'm sitting right now. And I am very glad to have with me here for this hour's video one of our Habitat homeowners who's been in a Habitat home for a few years now. This is Devon De Robinson. Devon, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask if you would just start out and just share a little bit about yourself, anything you want to tell us to know who you are a little bit better.
Yes, my name is Devon De Robinson. I have 3 boys, 2 teenage boys now, 15, 13, and 11. I work at the hospital in the x-ray department, and I have been in my home for 4 years. And it has been a great pleasure, a great honor to have been selected to become a homeowner. It was a great privilege. I have met a lot of great people, and I have also developed great friendships in the community with people who I would never have met or even spoken to if it had not been for us coming together and them working on my home.
So I'll just go ahead and say this because I have 3 boys myself, and we could probably go ahead and say that your home is definitely a well-built home if it's dealing with 3 teenage boys.
Yes.
And all of the rigors that can involve, because I know my boys like to tear my house up. So
yes.
A little plug for Habitat homes and their structural soundness and stability there. But Devon, tell us a little bit about your story coming to Habitat. What was the need pad that brought you to Habitat? How did you find out about the whole Habitat process? How did you get involved with it, and what was that application process like?
Well, one of my co-workers came and told me that Habitat was taking applications and thought that I should apply. So I had applied. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment and paying a lot of money. And I realized the need that I needed a bigger space because my kids were getting older. So I went down to the VHW, signed up for the application, and the process was easy, and they had people there to talk and tell us about the process and the selection process. And everybody was friendly. They answered the questions that I had. And they also had former homeowners there that also shared their stories and their experiences.
It's always good to hear a little bit about what the process is going to be like. It's quite a process, right? There's a little bit involved in becoming a Habitat homeowner.
Yes.
So what was it like when you found out? How were you notified? How did you find out? How did you respond when you found out that you'd been selected?
Well, Jane had called me. She had called me at work and told me that to come down to the office and bring a couple of my paycheck stubs, and she said, they chose me.
Wow.
And I was ecstatic.
It's a good feeling, right?
It really was.
Now, we've been talking today with some others about part of the Habitat partnership is that as a Habitat future homeowner, you do sweat equity, or you have to do a certain amount of hours working in your home and possibly working on some other people's home. What was that process like for you, getting those hours in and working on your house?
The best part, I think, about the sweat equity was learning about the different materials, seeing my home being built from the ground up, and realize every board, everything that before the walls came up, what was right there. And also this being part of that and meeting the people from the community that came out, meeting the Longwood kids and Hampton Sydney Children kids that came out and helped, and it was a great process.
Right, so community today we're talking about community, and that's really what Habitat is about, community coming together. And I'm glad to hear you mentioning these other groups that were right there hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder with you, serving with you. So what's it been like being a homeowner? What's it been like having a place, a nice, safe, decent, affordable home that you and your family can call your own?
It has been a great blessing from God. It has been extremely blessing that my home is my home. That it's something that I can leave to my own children and build on that. A place that I can call my safe haven. And I can have family over and host dinners, Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas, and my kids have their room and a place where they know that they can have a place to come back home to when they go off to college.
Beautiful. You heard that description, folks. Safe haven. What a beautiful way to describe her home that she has. So one of the things, another part of the partnership with the Habitat individuals and families who are selected, in addition to the sweat equity hours working on their home, is homeowner education classes. We do a series of those, and that's learning about finance, budgeting, home maintenance, credit reports, just everything you need to know to just have a good solid foundation for building your home on. And we just had a series of those here recently where we have our new partner families who are just early in the Habitat process, and we also invited anybody in the community to come out to that. And we reached out to some of our current Habitat homeowners and invited them to come if they'd like to just have another round of the classes, because it's always great to be learning. And Devon came.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell a little story on her here and then let her talk about it a little bit. But she was the greatest spokesperson ever for living in a Habitat house. And all these other families who are going to be building theirs soon just got to hear stories from her. And one of the great things we heard about was energy efficient home, and how Habitat builds energy efficient homes where you don't have to have a high utility bill with it. Will you talk a little bit about how it's been in your house?
Yes. The home is extremely well insulated. What I mean insulated, it is, they plug every hole that could possibly air can get through. They went underneath the house and make sure everything was plugged up. And the efficiency, I don't have to really keep my heat really on, really high to keep my home warm in the winters. And in the summertime, it stays nice and cool without the high energy price. When I mean they insulate the home, is very well insulated, where you're as comfortable in the winter and in summer.
So, which is great, because not only do you have an affordable mortgage for your home, but you also have an affordable utility bill, and every little bit helps. I know that's the truth.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's great. So today, once again, we're just hearing from everybody, including some great stories from Habitat homeowners. Definitely my favorite part of our day is just hearing from our homeowners and just what it means to have this home and what it means in their lives, and hearing words like safe haven. You can't go wrong with that. So how can you be involved in this whole great mission of Habitat to serve those in need of safe, decent, affordable housing in Prince Edward, Buckingham, Cumberland, and Charlotte? Well, you're doing part of it now by watching this video and learning a little bit more. I encourage you to visit our website, farmvillehabitat.org. There you can learn a lot more. There you can also learn about our volunteer opportunities we have. As Devon has mentioned, it takes many volunteers to come out and help with these homes. You can register to volunteer right on our site. You can also donate. And of course, today we are focusing on donating with the 12 hours of giving. And we would ask that you would consider today making an online donation during our event today at farmvillehabitat.org. It takes less than 90 seconds to go there and to make a donation. You can make a one-time gift, or you can set up a recurring monthly gift. We'll also encourage you to share these videos. Look on our Facebook page and find the theme song that we made for today, 12 Hours of Giving, a very fun little animated video and song to go with that. Share that with your friends on Facebook. Share that with your social media networks. Get others to come check this out today and see how they might be involved. So, Devon, I'm going to give you the last word here. Those who are watching, whether they're watching live or they'll be watching later in the replays, and who are thinking about, well, maybe I might think about volunteering, or I might think about donating, what's something that you could say to them that might encourage them and help them make that decision?
Well, the first thing I would say is we all are family. The volunteers, the people who donate, we all became family. We all became friends. We all somehow is connected, and it has helped me to get to know the people in my community, which is important to me. Where I can go on Walmart and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" They have worked on my house even after I've been in my home for so many years. People still remember working on my home and always asking me how I'm doing and how things are going, and that means a lot to me. And for the families that really are who wants a safe haven for their families and for their children who may not can't afford it the traditional way, this is a great opportunity for you to help other families to come and provide a safe haven for their families, for their children, a place where kids can feel safe and know that this is their home.
You heard it here, folks. Straight from a Habitat homeowner. What you do does make a difference. We could not possibly begin to do this ministry, this mission here, without volunteers and donors like yourself who embrace the simple belief that everyone deserves a decent place to live. So I'd ask today that you would consider on Giving Tuesday how you might give of yourself, your time, your voice, your finances, to join hands with your neighbors to make our community a better place as we come together and we work together, and we just celebrate together. It's always a beautiful time when we have a home dedication ceremony and get to see the joy on the faces as Habitat homeowners move into the home that they have worked so very, very hard for. So, Devonda, thank you.
Thank you.
I know you've taken time out for your lunchtime to come over and visit with us today, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Always great to talk with Devonda here. All right, folks, that wraps up this hour of our video for our Hours of Giving. Please give. Go to the website and give. I'm going to tell you a little bit more on our next segment, kind of where we're at so far with the giving, and I want to tell you about a matching gift offer that we have going on today with everything you give. Where will we be in the next hour? Well, you'll just have to stay with us and find out. Until then,